a celebration of life for our dear, beloved, and amazing friend, and just all around amazing guy, Alan Scott Gracey. So he would be so proud to see all of you guys here. I feel like he's sitting with us somewhere, laughing and smiling. I feel like he's
right behind you.
Yes, exactly. There he is. Right over. And we're going to get started. So we're going to get into the opening prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us all here together on this beautiful day. Today, you have blessed us with the lovely opportunity to celebrate the life of Alan Scott Gracey. And we want to say thank you. Alan was your faithful servant and served you diligently. Father, give us the peace that surpasses all understanding. As we continue to process the passing of our dear friend, help us to remember that everything works out together for good. Help us to remember that his legacy still lives on and continues through all of us. As family and friends come up to share their thoughts about Alan, help them stand strong. Support them with your grace and comfort. We thank you that even in our tears of sorrow, we rejoice that our loved one is with you in eternal glory. We rejoice in the spirit of gratitude, for we are thankful for the time we got to spend with Alan in this life. Let us celebrate over every story and every moment, knowing that Alan's life was a life well lived. He would be happy to see all of us here as one, in unity together, and appreciating the relationships we have with one another. We commit this time of remembrance to you. Amen. So now I'm going to introduce James Gracey, and he will be giving the eulogy.
In the garden filled with beautiful vibrant flowers, plants, Okay. In the garden filled with beautiful vibrant flowers, plants, bees, and butterflies was Alan Scott Gracey, nurturing and cultivating the health of the land. He was blessed with the gift of turning barren parts of the earth and transforming them into the most lush and incredible sceneries. From the small backyards of private homes to the extensive areas of public properties, he used his creativity and imagination to dress, replenish, and keep the land thriving. He organically grew to become a son of Mother Nature and fulfilled his stewardship and commitment to the land. As his gift and talent continued to grow, the landscape of his heart and soul grew too. His ability to hear God strengthened and evolved while in the countless gardens he transformed. It taught him about the beautiful creations we get to experience in this life. It taught him about the importance of the covenant and the relationships we have with all beings. And it taught him how to be the incredible son, brother, father, husband, provider, uncle, friend, confidant, teacher, mentor, student, thinker, and listener that we remember him to be. His transformation took time, just as it takes the smallest acorn seed to turn into a mighty oak. His transformation required the same principle of maintenance that he applied to his landscapes to be directed to the upkeep of his mind, heart, and soul. Both took work, dedication, care, patience, discipline, and most importantly, love. Alan would be the first to tell you that he was not perfect, but it was his desire to grow like the flowers in his garden and learn how to provide love and comfort like a tree provides shade in a hot day that made him perfect. Alan continually blossomed because he always kept his heart and mind open for him. He was an amazing listener and would listen and sit with you to let you pour out your thoughts, emotions, and stories. He was a beautiful balance of roughness, toughness, loudness, mixed with grace, peace, gentleness, calmness, kindness, and sensitivity. It was this balance that helped him to be able to lift the heavy rocks and pierce through the most stubborn, tangled weeds in order to add love and hydration to revitalize the soil and gently place delicate flowers in the new home. Alan was a man that rode motorcycles, smoked blunts, and marveled with cigarettes, listened to heavy metal, boxed like it was fun, and wasn't afraid to be vulnerable and express his love and appreciation. He quietly gave his time, money, and resources to others, had a remarkable knowledge of the Bible, wrote poetry to his wife, had dad and daughter outings, and served out his smile with distinct laughter, and gave flowers to our mom on his own birthday because he loved my mom so much and was thankful that she brought him into this world. He loved and appreciated the women in his life. He was a true family man, and everyone knew the dedication he had to his wife and his boys. The covenant he made with his wife and the beautiful daughter that they had together were major life-changing moments that shaped the landscape of his being. They helped him learn what being a man is all about. Alan truly loved life and honored what it means to take care of Mother Nature's many landscapes and the landscapes within us, in the core of our own soul. He displayed the beautiful power and freedom and continually seeking transformation and growth. I'm thankful that all the landscape jobs he has completed, he took the time out to plant the seeds of fun, laughter, strength, wisdom, and so much more into the soil of my heart and everyone he knew. His green thumbs left a beautiful and lasting impact that will forever continue to grow. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you, babe. Right. So now's the portion where friends and family speak, and we're going to start off with Sandy.
My friend is here because she's been my wingman for 40 years. My name is Sandy Salgado Garcia. Alan Scott Gracey is my cousin, a very noble man. I wish to extend my love to my Aunt Carol, to Christina, to Alana, and the rest of the Gracey family. I'm only able to speak of my cousin Alan through my life's journey with him. Had a profound effect on myself and my children, and now my grandchildren. One day in the early 80s, Alan came to visit my kids and myself. I had seen him the day before after I got off the bus and was walking home from work. During his visit, he gave me a set of keys to a little yellow Honda that he said he never used and that I could have. That was the last time I rode the bus to work. Alan was gracious and generous with everyone he came into contact with. Even if he didn't know them, he would treat them as a human being. And he had the most beautiful, infectious smile that lit up a room and would make anyone feel glorious just to be in his presence. He was very generous with his time, especially with my son Joseph and my nephew Daniel. They're blessed beyond measure to have been able to spend the time they had with him. He spent many hours and days teaching them the art and discipline of boxing. Alan showed them by example how to be a good man in this world. A good man, humble, strong, and a great heart and measure. By his example, he has shown Alana, Elida, Victoria, Elizabeth, what a good man is, that there are good men.
Yes.
Our family has a cousin named Dwayne R. Cole. He died in World War II. It has been my calling to keep his memory alive. I have shared his story with my children and my grandchildren. I say his name for his legacy to live on. For my cousin Alan, I ask you, my children, my grandchildren, and those of you that knew him, say his name, speak of him, keep my cousin's legacy going. He loved God. He was a good man. Be generous to everyone you see. Be kind. He will live on for sure through my family, through your family, and theirs. Say his name. And finally, if you have ever seen my cousin's Bible, you will know what I'm talking about. It is worn, torn, pages stuffed in, well studied, well read, and I will spend the rest of my life reading and studying my Bible so it will look exactly like his, and I can learn the lessons he learned through all his studies and all his visions he had for us studying with us. In his memory, I love you, Alan Scott Gracey.
Is there anyone who would like to come up next to share their words? Hunter, would you like to come up?
Hunter!
Give him my bag.
Nice hair.
Okay. This is my speech from Africa. Alan Scott Gracey was a man many loved and admired. He was the hardest working man in Fabric. His love for God was unparalleled, and he would often talk with me about how faith was important and how I should have someone like God to look up to. I'm sorry I never took the time to know God like he did while he was here. That is something I will continue to think about. But God finally took you home to a place you really belong. We were just borrowing you from heaven, and what a joy it was to have you here. I remember when I was staying with you guys in Hawaii one summer, and when I would go to jobs that were like down on the beaches, you would say, look at what God created. How could you not believe? That stuck with me as I struggled through my own religious beliefs. And at times I felt there was no God, especially through my accident. I could not imagine life without you to help heal and process my life experiences. I just wish God would have waited longer so I could have more time with you. I would give anything to hear one of your lectures right now. You will forever be missed by family, friends, and by loved ones. I'm sure everyone here would say how much of a sweet, kind soul you really were. You will be loved forever. Because even though you're gone, I can still hear you encouraging me. I can still hear you encouraging me and telling me to get my shit together. He was glad when I brought Cochise home. He loves Cochise just as much as Cochise loved him. I just hope I made you proud of the man I'm becoming. I love you, Uncle Rosewood. And then this is the poem. It says, the weight of you being God weighs heavy on my mind, but I know but I know you are in a place so divine. From wise words being uttered from your lips to the work ethic that was unmatched. Even though you're gone, I know we remain connected and attached. Your absence is impactful, and it feels like but the knowledge you gave me can never be destroyed. I may forget many things, but I can never forget you. I'm thankful for you showing me what is real and true. In my heart, I know we can keep in touch. Well, I'm going to stop rambling now. You always said I ramble too much.
I didn't plan on doing this, but I believe it needs to be done. Alan's not here with us physically any longer, and I miss him, and I love him. It won't be the same without him, but he's still here right now. He's here inside of me, inside of you, every single day. There's not a minute that doesn't go by. So when I'm living my best life, spirituality is number one. Okay? Self-care, spirituality, hand in hand. And there's 3 important roles in my spirituality who taught me, who raised me, showed me the way. I gravitated to those who I felt were correct. And my grandfather, my mother, and Alan Gracey, my mentor, father, cousin, uncle, friend, boxing coach, you name it, that's what he was to me. Any good quality I have, a part of him is part of it. And any bad quality I have, that too. And he showed me how to, he told me, he taught me it's real simple. Just put up and shut up. That's it. He was the man's man. You said it, Mom. Showed these ladies what a real man is. Because he didn't say it, he just did it. He just did it. And when I got my life really confused and I really messed things up, he quietly, stand strong and you're a good man, but you ain't acting like it. Now stand up and act like a good man that you are. Real simple. Life could be real simple, and that's the things that this man gave to me. Just one of the most beautiful souls in the world. Look at this smile. Look at this smile. I'd say I couldn't live without it, but it's still right here. It's still right here. He's not going anywhere.
No.
That's it, you know? That's what the most selfless human being that I've ever met in my life sat me down to speak about his physical passing. Told me, son, I ain't gonna be here much longer. This is what you need to do. Give me a list of how to act. Because he knows I could be a real emotional wreck. But I'm standing tall and I'm gonna act like a good man that I am. And I'm gonna act like him. It's best that I can, the best that I can, and I know I'll be okay. That's how good of a man I feel he is, and I know he is. So I love all of you, and he loved all of you. Thank you for being here.
Come on up.
All right, I got a loud voice like Alan does. I own a remodel business slash whatever the hell you want to call it. I was looking for somebody. Joe's Hardware says there's a guy named Alan Gracey. Get a hold of him. I asked Terry Arce, have you heard of Alan Gracey? Yeah, he'd really be a good fit. I'd known Alan for 3 years. It seemed like 30 years to me. That guy was amazing. I give him something to do at the job. I'd leave and come back and he's done. I have to see, like, oh my God, really? No, he went beyond that. He was there early. He worked hard. I didn't always have work for him because, you know, how that stuff goes in a business. Has its ups and its downs. But Alan, I used to get frustrated and aggravated, and he always tell me, it'll be all right. There's another day. You'll be fine. Smiling. Likes my music. He had songs. Can you turn it up? Dude, have at it. But there's one lesson he taught me that's hurting me. Is when he got sick. I couldn't work anymore. I went over to his house a few times, and I say a few. A few wasn't fucking enough. I'll keep my shit together. If I put my glasses on, I'm done. And he always taught me, remember, family and friends come before work. I didn't grasp that. I went over, like I said, a few times, but I got too busy with my own jobs and my own customers. I passed by his street at least 5 times a freaking day. And I didn't stop. I texted him. He babysitted my dogs while I was gone for 2 weeks. That's the kind of person he was. He was just smiling all the time. But what kills me is that I was not a friend to him like I should have been. He was for me. I bought him a shirt in Arizona, and you know what happened? I never stopped by to give it to him. The day that I wanted to give him work and had work for him, I heard he passed. I went over to James, and I just basically broke down there and had to stop down the road because I'm not blaming myself because he taught me a lesson. I am actively seeing my daughters, my grandkids, my son. I'm going to see them. I've been seeing them like routine because this voice sticks in my head that there's always time for work, but there's never, you gotta have more time for family, friends, relatives, because the guy, man, I only knew him 3 years, and I tell you what, he was like a brother to me. Like smart, and the most amazing landscape guy, and things he could do, and he adapted to my business really quick, and I loved him for that. And all knows that it hurt real deeply, but I still hear his voice in my head when I start doing shit that I ain't supposed to do. I can hear it, and I'm like, got it. We became kind of really close at the end, but I really hate myself for not going over there and passing that road and having to hear I got work for you, bro. And we moved on. But I know somewhere up there He's got one project going right now, and they're going to be amazing. I have held my shit as long as I can. Thank you.
Anyone else who would like to say anything? Anyone? Now we will have Alana coming up. But before I do, let me introduce.
I think they know who I am.
Okay. Well, here we go. It's Miss Alana Gracey, daughter of Amazing.
Okay. I'm gonna try to keep it light and positive. Alright, I'm gonna read it off my phone because I didn't memorize it. Where do I begin? I hate to brag, but my daddy was the best. Why do you guys think I turned out so great? I am my father's mini-me, except for the attitude. He'd always say I got that from my mom. When I say he was the king of our hearts, I mean it. He was treated like the king that he was for sure. I remember when I was younger, actually my whole life, nobody in the house ate until he ate. My mom would give me his plate and cup of milk and say, go serve your father before you get yours. He took care of his girls and we made sure to take care of him. My whole life I watched him put blood, sweat, and tears into everything that he did. He worked from sunup to sundown every day. From elementary through high school, he would take me to school, but first we'd start our mornings off real early, like 5 a.m. early, at Starbucks, of course. I don't know what happened to that because everyone knows I hate mornings now. One thing about my dad is he poured his heart into everyone that he loved. Moving back to Fallbrook a few years ago, and especially working at Main Street, I would meet all these people that knew my dad. I mean, who doesn't know my dad in Fallbrook? They'd always tell me the same thing, how much of a great man he is. And all I can do is smile, because if anyone knows how much of a great man he is, I do. The amount of people near and far, family or friend, that love and adore my dad just makes my heart so happy. He is an inspiration to so many, but especially to me. He has taught me many things in life. I think the most important thing that he taught me is to do all things with love. Never do things to expect something in return. Always do it out of the kindness and love of your heart. Second, he taught me that God will always provide. Whenever our family was in a rough spot or didn't know how we'd manage to get by, his response was always the same. Don't worry about it. God will provide. He said it with such confidence and never once with any doubt. And time again, he proved right. The last thing he taught me was to never argue with my mom, because you'll never win. Just kidding, Mom. I'm so grateful to have been loved by this man. His support, his guidance, unconditional love, and never-ending support shaped me into the woman I am today. I couldn't have done it without him. He was so proud of me and never went a day without letting me know. I bet if I asked you all to raise a hand if my dad has ever bragged about me to you, 90% of you would do so. And that just shows how much love he had for me. It's only right that I stand here today and brag about him. Nothing has been the same since he has left us, but one thing will stay the same for sure. He will always be number one in my heart, as he always made me number one in his.
Alana left. Here we
A
go.
lot of me. Okay, so now I'm going to be reading to you his words. He wrote this when he was moving back from Hawaii to here, kind of like a letter to Fallbrook, so it seems fitting. But most people start with words just can't describe how I feel, but you know me, never at a loss for words, so here goes. I've been in Hawaii for over 19 years. When I left Fallbrook, I fled from its boredom and its same old, same old. When I got to Hawaii, I had no friends or family except for Pee-wees. At first, I thought it was kind of cool being incognito. No family or friends to confirm who I was in the past, just who I am in the present. It was a time of growth and reflection. The biggest downside was realizing I didn't appreciate my family and friends like I have for the past few years. Circumstances this past year have forced my perspective towards the security of my family. The company I am vice president of were forced to sell a house where my girls and I lived for the past 8 years. Couple more years and it was to be my retirement. Because of the work ethic on this rock, they had to sell the property to keep the company afloat. I spent all my free times and weekends landscaping the half-acre with waterfalls, large ponds, and everything I wanted my home to have to reflect my personality. This is the home right here, actually. There's a koi pond. It goes all the way up the side of the house. It was beautiful. Wahiawa was the only place I wanted to live in Hawaii because it reminded me of Fallbrook, small, mountainous, and cool. Last year when I flew back to my brother James's surprise party and saw my friends and family, I knew then Fallbrook was and always will be my home. No matter what I did to make a home in Hawaii, it would just be our house, not our home. I've learned that family and friends make a home. Not a big house, not a nice yard, but my Fallbrook family. My roots are deep and Fallbrook was all I could think about. I didn't want to go home that time, so for the past year, I've been praying and seeking my Heavenly Father's guidance as to how and what to do to accomplish this move. If it's right, He will open the doors. I had some doubts and some big fears starting over at 60, uprooting again my family. Things seemed to be falling into place, but all doubts and fears left me when I went to Sue and Teresa's house, because Sue said I just had to come by to see something, and saw you all. You all confirmed in me where I should be with my girls, and most importantly, who I was. A man more blessed than I could ever imagine. Your smiles, laughter, love, and hugs, and you know I love hugs, literally is blowing me back across 3,000 miles of water to be with my family and friends, who are my extended family, to live my last years and future memories with the people who have shown me what the love of a friend is. The ones who were at the party and the ones who weren't, but were with me in spirit and are deeply missed, have given me the faith to begin a new adventure at a place that will always be home. I can't thank you enough for taking time to show that to me, and I am looking forward to filling that debt of love to you all, while we watch each other grow old and pass that same love off to our children, so that they can live the same life that only Fallbrook can grow. I'll be back in May to prepare a place for my girls, and I'm looking forward to laughing at past memories and building future ones. You all have completed the circle of love that had been missing in my life, and for this I owe my life to you. Love and respect, and thanks for accepting me back in your lives. Alan Gracey. I'm still here. Okay. All right. So now, if we could bring the doves up to just right over here in the front. My mom is going to perform a beautiful hula dance for my dad. It's to the song Flying with Angels. It just goes perfectly for this moment. And we'll let the doves go when the time comes, okay? So, maybe down there. Yeah. Here, Mom. She's gonna get the song together.
I guess we're always living on borrowed time. Yes, I will be here to hold your hand. Just close your eyes and see. I understand. Catch you if you fall. If others leave you, you know I'll stay. And my dreams will whisper to you and guide your way.
Huey, that was so beautiful. Give it one last time, a beautiful praise. Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming out and showing your love and support for Alan. We appreciate it so, so much. We are all Ohana, and one of the things that he taught me was this term called uniplural, and it's one, but with so many within it. And this is us, all of us. We're all individuals, but all together we're one beautiful body and family. So I know he's here and really happy to see that. So thank you guys so much. Thank you.